I definitely want to make sure that people come away with a sense of how involved Sherpa was in the world. Somehow there's some sense that he was sitting up here meditating and not doing anything. That isn't actually what was happening. And he was extremely involved, had us very involved in national, state government. We didn't tell the story about Wilson's dinner.
Yeah.
Did you tell that?
Right, no, didn't.
You want to start on the Wilson dinner?
Let's see here. Was that?
Remember, he asked us to go to that dinner at $2,000 apiece?
Mm-hmm.
And Wilson was behind by like 6 points. He was going to lose the governorship.
This is.
And so he was running for governor in
Pete
California.
Wilson, governor of California.
And he said, so Sherpa said, you and me, we should go over there and talk to him. So I didn't know that what it was a dinner, a $2,000 a plate dinner with about 6 Silicon Valley billionaire people, remember?
Fundraiser.
So it was a fundraiser for and somebody gave Sherpa the 2 tickets or something for $2,000 each. So he told me to go over there. He told me to go over there and change Wilson's mind on supporting education. It was that, remember that Proposition something he was going to defund? There was Proposition 64 or something. And it funded education for a certain percentage of the budget, and he had decided to defund. He decided to use the money for something else. Sherpa said, "You got to tell him if he does that, he'll never get reelected. You got to tell him. You got to tell him that he's only got one chance to get reelected, and that's support education. Can you do that much?" He said, "Yeah, I should." So I remember we went over there, and so we're sitting there, and he just, the way these politicians do, they just talk. And they just keep talking. They don't stop. There's no place to build anything. Somebody asks them one question, and 2 hours later they stop and leave, you know. So he was going, I remember he was going on and on and on and on and on, and people were going, and finally I broke it, you know, and you were like almost like beside yourself. I said something like, I knew I had to break in the conversation. I said, Pete, I'm really surprised that you want to create a revolution and overthrow the country or something like that. And people spit food. It took a while for it to, it took about 10 seconds for all these business guys in Wilson to actually understand what I just said, and then place and I was kind of a little way in, a little wedge in, and I said, you understand by not supporting the public education system, you lose control over it, and supporting all these private schools, you're thinking of private schools, Catholic schools, and some Marin, but what about the inner city revolutionary schools that are going to get set up in the inner city too? And then you're not going to be able to have control over the agenda, so you'll actually end up supporting revolutionary schools that will overthrow the country, and that seems to be something that you seem to want to support. And his thinking processes was like, what? I said, I've been told to tell you, you can believe it or not, I've been told to tell you, and I know it's kind of crazy, but I've been told to tell you, you will not get reelected unless you support this education plan, and if you don't support it, you will lose, and you have nothing to run on. You don't have, you're a Republican, you don't have the military to run on, you don't have anything else, you only have education to run on, and I've been told to tell you that if you don't do it, you won't get reelected, so you can believe it or not.
I remember sitting there and feeling my stomach drop. Because it's like, he said it. He actually said what Sherpa told him to say, and it's often Sherpa would kind of sometimes be kind of hyperbole, and no, but Doug said it. What happened?
They called back. So Wilson talked to somebody else, and the office called back. And did you go over with me to the?
Yeah, I did. Outside the office.
We had some kind of. They had something outside their office where they had a gathering, a reception, and they invited us. Right? Wilson invited, and he got me aside.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wilson got me and said, I want to hear more about what you were talking about. And I said, well, I'm telling you again, I only have one message for you. You're not going to get reelected, and you do the, and it makes perfect sense from a conservative, because if you look at it from the vantage point that Master was trying to tell you, the supporting education is a conservative thing. Don't think of it as a liberal. You're thinking of it as a liberal anti-teacher thing. Don't think of it like that. Think of it as a conservative thing of controlling the agenda of the virtue that students are getting. And if you don't support that, what else do you have to do? And so, in 3 weeks, from that, they funded the 20 in a classroom, that all classes under the 3rd grade would have no more than 20 kids per classroom. So, and he won. Mm-hmm. Remember, he put that forward, and he actually ended up winning.
Now, just people, the context for this is Master Hua was very much in the mold of the lofty monks of the past who, when asked, would advise the rulers towards virtue. And so we had another member of our community, a man named